All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Roulette Rivals 17 match. This morning we have Nezuko-chan versus Alph, and I am joined for this shoutcast by Yannini. Good morning, Yannini.
Hello, good morning to you.
Thank you so much for joining me on this shoutcast this morning.
Oh, very gladly. I'm excited. We just yesterday had our finished up round 4 and drew the next round, and today we already got the first match of round 5.
Yes, and this is an exciting one. Nezuko, obviously, very strong competitor, and Alph is doing extremely well as well. So I feel like we're seeing a lot of really good matches between evenly matched opponents with a lot of back and forth and drama. The other day, I think I was watching Alph versus Pajero, and that was a long and very good match. So Alph certainly knows how to bring that kind of gameplay, and so does Nezuko.
Certainly, that was a crazy match actually. I agree. But also, I mean, it's tough sketch, like last match of the previous round and then first match of the next round back to back. It's also crazy, but maybe he's still feeling quite practiced, so could be an advantage as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick, I just had a thought. Should I drop a ping into the streams Roulette Rival 17 streams
I'm
channel?
just about to do that right now.
Oh, okay. All right, perfect.
No worries.
Perfect. Just want to make sure people don't miss the first
Yeah.
match of round 5. Let me give a quick refresh here because Alph is showing as offline. Okay, and Alph is on, so we should be good. And we're just a minute away from the spin. Real quick, we can look at the stats here. Nezuko has been here a total of 13 times across their career. 5 wins, 6 losses, 2 draws, with a personal best of 6 minutes and 7 seconds. Alph has been here twice and was victorious both times. Personal best of 6 minutes and 59 seconds. So both seem pretty capable of completing a spin, around the 6-minute mark or so. So that's a pretty good sign.
Seems like it, yeah. Very much so. As you said, I'm sure we are definitely in for an exciting matchup. Also, like, it's a pretty high stakes match as well because both players like are on the top 10 right now, are on 3 out of 4 points, so all to play for.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I wouldn't feel right if I read this spin. So please tell us, Yannini, what do we have?
Thank you very much. On Haven, we have Tyson Williams with a Barbarator as a Masseur, Stephen Bradley with an explosion accident as a Villa staff, and Minerva Trova with a shotgun as a chef.
Okay. So that's sort of striking me as, I mean, like most spins, the Villa start.
Yeah, for sure, it makes a lot of sense here, because, you can knock Tyson out, you don't have to, it's like not a life kill or anything, even though it's not a Villa disguise, it still makes a lot of sense, because you have that kill for Steven, that you really, like, you'd prefer to do live, of course, like with a drive-by explosion accident, because it just saves the whole trouble of isolating him. So, and you need the Villa staff for that, so it makes sense, getting that done first, starting Villa, and while you're there, of course, you can also isolate Tyson.
Indeed, and the Barber Razor is just right in the bathroom up here as well, so you can get check a lot of boxes just right off the bat. Obviously, both players knowing that and sort of making their runs in that way. Alph's going to be working on separating Tyson from his guards here. And Nezuko is just paces behind. He's opting not to pacify anyone in that room, though, which, depending on how he comes back to get Tyson, may or may not be a problem.
I haven't quite seen that, but yeah.
The two Villa staff members that are in
right.
Tyson's bedroom, I don't think Nezuko took care of them.
I mean, oh, I see. That's what you meant. Yeah. No, that's not exactly. That should be fine for sure.
Okay.
Alph is a little bit ahead in-game time, but they are both boxing up quite a bit here. I think it doesn't matter too much. Ness even dragging the body so that he can leave through this door. I think both should be on pretty equal footing here.
Mm.
Ness leaving through the front door, Alph actually having to grab a smuggle, so Ness leaving the villa a little bit earlier.
Those slight variations and those slight differences definitely play a factor in, I mean, a lot of things. Just not just the in-game time or their total RTA, but like where the NPCs are and enforcers and things like that. So even the slightest differences can be consequential.
Oh, absolutely. Now Ness is nearly at Tyson already. Sorry, at Steven. Th- Steven's personal bodyguard is an enforcer for this guy, so he's trying to take care of that so he can drive by. Didn't quite work. The guard was not the one who responded to that attraction. Now it's gonna try with a drop to separate him a little bit, and it's gonna drop that. That looks pretty good. Getting a
Yeah,
bit of a whoosh bar, but that works. Very nice.
nice. All right, and Alpha is going to be doing the same thing here. Steven's in the water scooter hut, so I wonder where he'll
Yeah.
be trying to separate. Oh, he's actually going to seeker him. Oh, what happened to Nezuko? Nezuko ripped.
Oh wow, I sadly was watching Alph as well, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
We
I
have
wonder
two
if he
cards
like
and we
ran by an
couldn't tell.
enforcer or something.
I would assume so, cause he caused quite a lot of panic with that explosion accident.
Yeah,
So I really assume as much. Sorry for missing that, but that sets Nezuko back for sure.
yeah.
Um, Funnily enough, Alph, which was mentioned already, which is also an option here, is to use the, I'm gonna say natural explosion accident, because Steven, when he stands like next to that snorkel instructor, he stands next to like a gas canister.
Mm-hmm.
But Alph made him sick where he was standing, and that works very well as well. Got the propane there, and that's that kill done.
Yeah, a little bit more of a setup with choosing to get him sick there. I mean, I feel like the drive-by, the messy part of doing the drive-by, maybe this was Alf's reasoning, was to avoid having to get close to Steven's bodyguard and having his disguise enforced. So certainly
Exactly.
safer to do the seeker option, but certainly more time-consuming as well. But, I mean, Alf's still in the lead, so it's working out for him.
Exactly. Hard to compare. Yeah, exactly. I mean, hard to say if Ness wouldn't have been faster, but he ripped, so that didn't really matter. Alf now will barely miss an earlier emetic timing for Luke Miller. To be fair, it probably does not really matter. He will have to wait a little bit now to get a nice and safe seeker shot off.
Mm.
But in the end, he'll probably grab the chef disguise while Luke Miller is walking downstairs. So it shouldn't matter too much. Never mind, he has Durian.
Oh, right. I'm just imagining the seeker dart, but no, the durian, totally
Yeah.
appropriate there.
Makes sense. What worries me a little bit is I was very close to the guard and like some other NPCs.
Yeah, I thought that too.
So it might very well be the case that not only Miller got sick, and then she might go to the woman's bathroom, which will make it a bit more complicated.
Well, I'm not unhappy about seeing a complication. If that is the case, if Alf did get more than one target sick.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh god. Missed the from 1 meter away, missed the pipe throw, but luckily the guy was still distracted, so could just take him out melee.
All right, Nezuko is getting ready to try and drive by Steven one more time, but again, same deal with the enforcer.
Yeah, so as you can see right here, Luke Miller did get sick second, so he's just gonna. Ooh, and that's a rip for Nezuko.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, well.
I think he blew up the guard. That
yeah.
time.
Okay, so but Alph now, as I said, will have this complication. Oh, that was very smartly timed.
Wow.
Oh, I like that.
Wow. Right as the door was closing, a very clean throw.
Exactly. That might not have worked if the door was still open, but I think that was really smart. Just like throwing it and shutting it then after, so the girl couldn't see him as she was knocked out. Very nicely done.
Is Nezuko's in the background just going off? Let me turn him down a little bit.
Nice. I don't have sound on, but that sounds that sounds nice.
Yeah, we can hear some commentary from Nezuko.
I can imagine. Amazing. But no, Alph saved the situation really well. And he's looking very good. Of course, had that Mr. Buffett as the chef, and will now just re-enter the villa. I think he already grabbed Barber Razor earlier. I'm pretty sure he did. So it should be nothing more than getting to Tyson and yeah, killing him as he where he is.
Mm-hmm.
And there we can now see the reason why Alf knocked out these two villa staff in the other bedrooms, vertical, because he didn't have loadout space for breach or anything. So he wants to infiltrate through this route, and of course that
Right.
is a lot easier if those are knocked out.
Yeah, for sure. And just seconds away from the kill here. Made me a little nervous with that with that thrown kill, especially with two targets' heads side by side.
Yeah, but all in all, cleanly done from Alf. Yeah, just very cleanly played. There was no doubting him. Even solved that slight bit of a complication very cleanly, and nothing bad to say about that. GG.
Yeah, very solid, very solid. And I would have loved to see Nezuko's more aggressive gameplay style play off, or you know, be able to pull it off. But yeah, unfortunately, just there's more risk involved with strategies like that, and I love seeing the risk pay off. Like nothing is better to me about roulette than just seeing players kind of embrace the chaos and make the best of, you know, bad situations or risky situations, but certainly that comes with a greater chance of things going wrong, or, you know, making mistakes, or you're overlooking a sight line, you know, on an NPC that you may have forgotten about. Um, it's heartbreaking when you when you lose so many minutes of hard fought progress, but you also love to see those moments work out in their favor as well.
Oh, absolutely. Especially on the bigger maps, that is always a factor. Like, do you really want to rip? Like, especially if you have a very long run, or like Santa Fortuna or Mumbai, especially. But of course, Haven is also quite a longer map. Then if you want to, do you really want to lose like 7 minutes of progress? So
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
not really. It's a big deal for sure. But now we'll move on to a little bit of a shorter map, Bangkok, which will actually be Al's pick. Haven was, of course, Nezuko's pick, which didn't quite work out for him.
Mm.
But
I mean,
yeah,
we've
but
seen it
this,
happen in roulette before, where the players will take each other's map picks. You know,
oh,
they go in,
absolutely.
they all pick a map thinking they're more practiced, but maybe their opponent did more practicing. And you know, along that kind of same line of thinking, maybe the opponents don't practice their own map picks as much as they practice their opponent's map picks. So Nezuko could pull out some really good Bangkok gameplay here, which I'm hoping to see. I'm sure we all are. But speaking of Bangkok, Nezuko has been here a total of 13 times across their career, 7 wins, 6 losses, with a personal best of 4 minutes and 26 seconds. And Alph has been here 4 times across their career, 3 wins and 1 loss, with a personal best of 5 minutes and 54 seconds. And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll find out who takes the next 2 points in this best of 5 match.
We will very soon. And the spin is here. What is it?
We have Jordan Cross, no target pacification, Kitchen Knife as hotel staff, and Ken Morgan with a loud SMG as hotel security.
Now this is quite interesting because, like what we, I mean, the Bangkok blueprint is quite known. Of course, you just rush up into Jordan in the correct disguise, and then you go down and kill Ken. This is a live kill with a kitchen knife, which means, and from hotel staff, a kitchen knife is not on your path. So it means you either can't do that, or you're like kind of have to delay Jordan or make him sick or whatever. But both players choosing to not start hotel stuff, so there already you see something, yeah, quite unusual, very interesting.
Yeah. Nezuko going for his Agent 47 sweet start, going to calmer this hotel staff here and probably try to get the peekaboo on Jordan. I think the timing will work out with this.
I don't think it will. Maybe it will, but in any case, he doesn't need to because he's up here now, and I assume he does. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, maybe he does. I'm, I I would have assumed that Nezuko would be the player to go for a west shot here, and which would delay Jordan in the booth so that he stays there for like 2 minutes,
Mm.
which would have gotten him the time to grab the kitchen knife. But that was not the case. On the other side, we see Alph going with the Bugman approach, where he grabs the Bugman, triggers the lure for Jordan, which makes Jordan come down, and then now he can, in the meantime, before that comes, like at around 3.5 minutes, he can take care of Ken Morgan.
And the Bugman strat simply involves, as you said, speaking to the hotel, the director of the hotel or whatever. She
Yeah,
pages down the entire suite, and then I believe you just use a coin to lure Jordan through the doorway. We have a rip from Nezuko there, and by the
that's rough.
trying to pacify the cross bodyguards in the room with the baseball bat.
Not working out for Nezuko. That's not really like typically something that that is very difficult, but sometimes the things just don't work out.
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes those
yeah, but
guards like have weird the way they turn to investigate, after the sound of one of the guards being knocked out. Maybe just had some bad luck.
exactly. Just sucks for him, but I think he changed the approach a little bit. I'm not sure if he already had a durian earlier, but in any case, he does have a durian now, so I assume the approach will be to make Jordan sick. But I think that was his idea anyway, to be honest. In any case, Alf now gets the kill in the toilet, got a tranked the hotel staff outside, and got this kill in the toilet. Of course, no one hears that, and now can work on the Jordan cross kill.
Mm. And wondering where Jordan is already, if he's made it the whole way down or if he's still coming down the stairs. And another rip from Nezuko.
He's trying to play a bit fast and loose. He's playing without a pistol now, just with a loud SMG.
Oh my
That
god.
is very difficult. So, that's just something very, very few players would go for. He is now replanning back to his original approach, I think. Or no, he's actually replanning to Bugman, it seems like.
He might be trying to
I
use the snail lure on Jordan.
Yeah. Um, I mean, he
Is
does have
that
a snail now. He's starting as security. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, he's starting as security. Maybe not. Okay.
No, I think, yeah, he's just using the snail for Bugman. Many Bugman grabs. That's
Yeah,
one he
okay.
went for. Jordan is not here yet. Did Alph forget to trigger Bugman? Or did he maybe intentionally not trigger Bugman, but that would be weird. I think he probably forgot.
That's not good. That means that's gonna be like
Yo,
a
that's
minute and a half
yeah.
of waiting.
Because otherwise Jordan would like right now he would sit down and he could have a kill opportunity. But now it's getting a little bit more complicated. He is still very much ahead.
Sure,
Um,
he's got the time.
Absolutely, he's 3 minutes ahead. Nezuko also now switched to this approach and is doing Bugman. But he did trigger Bugman now. But Alf can now go up in the has the kitchen, if I'm not mistaken, I think. Or maybe he didn't grab that yet. We'll see.
I don't think he
Um,
grabbed it yet, but it's entirely possible that I just missed it.
yeah, I wouldn't count on it either. Just barely gonna pass by here by hotel manager. He's gonna grab this kitchen knife. Interesting.
Yeah.
But he got it. Very nice. I think that's not a grab you see very often, but well done. Oh, he seems to have triggered at some point though, because Jordan is now coming down. It looks, or is it? Is he? No. I thought the stairs looked busy.
He does look like he's over on the stairs. Yeah, I believe they
Oh,
are
yeah,
coming
he did
down.
it later. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, he's gonna, yeah, he's gonna have to wait for quite a bit here.
Oh my
I
gosh,
think. Oh,
Nezuko
oh my God, what?
just
He's
running
trying
up,
to, yeah.
trying to run straight up the stairs to Jordan Cross as hotel
I'm not
security, but
even sure why. Because I mean, yeah,
roulette
of course now
brain.
that probably he's of course there now trespassing because he triggered the Bugman lure, which makes everyone have to go out of the suite, and then no one's allowed up there anymore.
Hmm.
Um, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, I think what Alph is doing here is just Actually, I don't know what Alph is doing. I thought maybe he was just looking for a place to stash his disguise, but
Uh,
um,
so um, Alph is just waiting for Jordan Cross to sit down here, and then he's gonna lure him inside this room. But he has to wait until those two leave again.
oh sure, okay.
um, but Jordan is not here yet anyway. She's gonna have this convo with the hotel manager, which takes like 20 seconds, and then he's gonna sit down at the chair, which is actually perfect timing because those two just gonna leave now, and he will place the briefcase on this sun chair and make Jordan see it with a pistol distraction, and then he's gonna come around.
I've not actually seen this lure played out to this extent. I don't think. Usually, people try to grab Jordan like right when he's by the stairs before he enters the hotel lobby. So this is. I'm learning. You can always learn something when you're watching a roulette match.
Oh, absolutely. Especially such a high level match as these two. Now he's gonna. Yep, there we go. And Jordan should see the briefcase. He's gonna come around. Not sure if. Yeah, he has the insecticide. Okay.
These sight lines are safe, right? You don't have to worry about people spotting you through the windows, or is that a possibility?
Yeah. No, that is fine. These sight lines are fine.
Okay.
No one will see. He's gonna wait for him to pass through the door, and then he's gonna put in the insecticide. Did catch Jordan. He's gonna have to be careful that it's gonna be a knockout. He cannot save it. No.
Oh my gosh.
No, and he's the knockout. Oh, I hate that so much because, yeah,
What
like
was
that thing. Oh
so
my
he
God.
he was using the sedative poison in the vent like as soon as Jordan was walking through the door?
Yeah, and like from a pure visual perspective, Jordan already passed through the door and like shouldn't have been affected by it anymore. But I've ripped to that before as well, so I know to do it very like as late as possible. Because Jordan gets caught by that even if he already walked through it. So you have to be really careful on that one, and that cost Alph his very nice first try one.
Oh my gosh.
Gonna have to do it all again now.
Terrible, terrible, terrible luck. And both players are basically still on equal footing here. Nezuko hasn't really had much luck, getting anything solid past the first minute or two here, but is trying. Seems to have the strat visualized, which is, that's half the job. The other half is getting it done.
For sure. But yeah, I mean Nezuko had some quite nice tries until like 2 minutes in, but he just couldn't get it going at all. Yeah, not sure why he's having so much trouble with it, but he just really seems to like be stuck a bit in a spiral here.
Yeah.
And he's also trying to do a lot of things at once. He's not trying to grab both the hotel staff disguise and the
Oh,
security guard disguise at the same time. Oh, that's the rip for Alpha. Yep.
Alpha gets a side KO on, I believe that was Otis, as he got Ken into the bathroom.
The thing is, I mean, Alf, of course, made the mistake earlier with not triggering Bugman earlier, right away.
Mm-hmm.
But, um, we've seen from Alf how this can play out this spin, right? Like you can see how it can play out quite nicely. Nezuko like is trying to do so many things at once here. He's like knocking out hundreds of like he's trying to get both guys at the same time. Both got seen because a lot of things happened there. The security guard got spotted from another hotel staff who came down. He knocked that out, and the hotel staff got spotted by cameras. So a guard came. He knocked them out too. Now he has 5 bodies lying around, and it should work out. But it's just so much, and it's not necessary.
Yeah, it's a lot. He's got a lot of plates that he's trying to spin and keep balance at the same time, which, I mean, if you can do it, great. Like, that makes for really interesting roulette gameplay. Makes me think of another player like Red Fox, who will oftentimes like just knock out a whole, like the entire Haven Villa, for instance. And I mean, it's chaotic, but if you can make it work, more power to you. It's just, there's a lot more risk with that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's a lot of the reasons why, like, trying to fit this all in is a lot of the reason why Nezuko had so much trouble. But to his credit, this one seems to actually work out so far. He should be fine. He's like looking close to his first kill, and then the second one should not be far either. So, like his chances here. he can definitely knock him out. Should be okay. Gonna
Mm-hmm.
grab the kitchen knife first, I assume. So yeah, no rush,
Uh-oh.
let's kill. But suspicious, what?
How did that happen?
Oh my god, I don't know. One of the guards of the one of the doorway guards compromised him. So what the guard that compromised him saw him throw the briefcase. But he's not an enforcer. I have no idea how it translated into a rip 10 seconds later. I have no clue. I
I,
gotta be honest here. That makes no sense to me.
I wonder if he bumped one of the guards as he ran past, and that caused them to turn around and see someone in the doorway. Maybe. I mean, I'm just guessing at this point, but
That's just I don't understand. No, yeah. Like the guard just looked at him and then 5 seconds later
threw
compromised him.
threw a briefcase in a trespassing area. Well, that would do it.
Mm, well, but he wasn't trespassing, wasn't he? Oh, I see what's meant with that. Um, I don't think it should work like that, but in any case, it doesn't matter as Alph is looking very good now. Like Nez was looking pretty good, but actually Alph is gonna get the guard here. Wants to get the hotel staff, but is oh, that's not what he also probably didn't want to hop in this closet.
Hey, check that out, would you?
Yeah, but close the door now, so he should actually get the female hotel staff. Is in a bit of a timer here, so that's not ideal.
I might just be going for a different hotel staff. We're
Yeah,
seeing
change his
some roulette
mind.
brain here. I think.
It's all not ideal. Yeah.
Excuse me, you dropped something.
Trying
Gonna
to
have
get
to knock.
trying
Yeah.
to get this guy over here by the box.
So this is not the worst thing. Cause Jordan is gonna stand up soon, but it's gonna sit down again. Soon. So it's not an issue to miss the first time. It just means a bit slower, but it's not actually the problem. Um.
Hey, get
Yeah.
busy.
But so it delays him a little bit, but Nezuko changed up his strat again, back to his original one, or like close to that.
Oh yeah, now
Um,
he's trying to. Now he's doing what I thought he was going to do initially, which was
yeah,
the peekaboo lure as hotel staff.
exactly. But I think it's just too little too late. We are 40 minutes into the spin, and now Al finally seems to have gotten his footing. I missed how he got the kitchen knife and got up here in time, but very well done by Nez. Oh, what happened for Alf? One of the guards panicked. That is not good.
Yeah, I think his guard reacted to the gunfire he tried to use to make Jordan look at the briefcase.
I mean, he didn't do a shot, did he? I missed that one, but that doesn't match the. Oh, one of I see what happened. I think he tried to he shot the camera, because that's what the guard is now investigating. He shot the camera
Oh,
and got a double, like a double shot off instead. So Alpha this time refraining from using the pesticides again. Doesn't want to risk that. So it's just gonna knock out the guard and then kill Jordan, which should work out just fine. If the panic guard doesn't run in here, which he shouldn't. But he's gonna get extra safe in boxies even. So yeah, Alp's just a very safe player with still good times. Took a while for both players. I mean, especially to find where it worked here. I mean, Alph honestly really only with 2 runs. The first run just really with the pesticides didn't work out, but the second run improved on that. Very cleanly done.
mm-hmm.
Puts him into 4-0 lead.
Yeah, love to see it come together. A little bit more of a struggle on Bangkok this time, but for both players. But yeah, GG's to Alf on taking that second map, heading into our third and potentially final map of this matchup, which is Sapienza. Oh, did I not? I don't even think I paid out my predictions for the first map. Let me do that real quick.
Oh, you have 2 minutes. Go right ahead. Yeah, I'm interested because like Nezuko of course is a stellar player, but I mean both of these players are, but just sometimes he just has these issues with like not trying too much and not getting in there. Now he would complete the Bangkok spin very soon, I would imagine. But it's just gonna be too little too late.
Yeah. I'd like to see him complete it though, if anything, just to show that he does have it in him, you know. At a certain point, I feel like you just want to see that your strat works.
This is so unnecessary what he's doing right now. I mean, if it works, it works. But I'm not sure if he would. Nezuko is the kind of player that maybe even would have gone for this if he didn't already have if he didn't have already lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it actually works. Nice. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Nezuko definitely visualizes things sort of optimally in terms of like what will work in the best case scenario every time. But the game is just too uncompromising maybe and unpredictable in certain situations that the stars rarely align perfectly for everything to go well unless you're doing like the safest of the safest strats, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, especially like it depends of course on your playstyle a lot, right? Like Alph is someone who just very consistently does things, and I mean, like even in other matches, like normally his matches have like 1 rip total or something. I
Mhm.
mean, even here his 1 rip so far was due to the pesticides, which is just a bit unfortunate. You know, like we all could say, you know, maybe that's like either like it was very close and also that's not really intuitive, so makes sense. Then on the other hand, you have Ness who's playing very fast and loose, which if it works out, is just immensely scary for his opponents.
Mhm.
But right now it just isn't working. That's why he's finding himself all 4 down.
Absolutely.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, the different playstyles among each player are certainly evident and of great consequence. But heading into our third and final, potentially final map, take us away, Yannini.
We have for Sylvia Caruso Electrocution as the green plumber, and for Francesca DeSantis an SMG as Roberto Vargas.
As the
Very
green
green,
golfer.
the outfit.
Yeah. Green plumber and green golfer. All right. Interesting.
So
Green plumber, not a difficult disguise to get at all. Roberto, involving perhaps a little bit more thought, but not that much. I feel like that situation could easily be solved by a blue egg or snail or, you know, calmer darts.
yeah, it really depends though, because especially for Roberto is interesting disguise in that especially for Silvio it's not that big of a deal because he's coming around when Silvio comes back anyway. But Roberto can either start as a Cliff or with Silvio. And if he's with Silvio, then you kind of have a bit of an issue with grabbing him. Because you of course would like to grab him first, so you can go up to Francesca. Because you
Right.
normally do that kill first. But you can't really if he's not at the cliff. So, gonna be interesting to see what the players do. For first, they're both gonna grab the green plumber here. Alph with a different route than Nezuko. Nezuko with a bit of a faster route, but Alph already picked up his smuggle in the kitchen. That's also something nice.
And I'm trying to think what they'll do because for Silvio, nothing's jumping out at me as far as, oh, right, I know where to electrocute him. Like, what do you do drag him into the bathroom that's right outside the observatory. That's right.
Pretty much the option you are gonna use. There is an alternative. If you ring the dinner bell and he comes to eat his spaghetti, there's like a natural electrocution with a socket he walks through close to the kitchen.
Okay.
But neither players did that, and the bathroom is just what we'll most often see for sure.
Yeah. So Alph knocks out the one guard that was not Roberto, but the mansion bodyguard who hangs out over here.
Yes.
And he's trying to lure Roberto over now with a thrown distraction.
But at least for him, Roberto is here. Because for Ness, he's not. For Ness, he's only now coming over. So that's a bit of an issue. Like, that's what I mentioned, right? Like, for both players, he started in different locations. Which just is troublesome for Ness a little bit.
And what Nez does is hits him with a seeker dart, so that should bring Roberto over to the bathroom, and that should basically then solve the issue.
Yes. The only problem is that he won't make Francesca timing. I mean, he could make Francesca timing, but then he's not making. He kind of has to knock out
Ooh,
Silvio.
Alph misses his dart.
Oh, that's rough. He can just knock him out, to be fair, but he has to do it now. There we go. These bodies are fine here, so that is okay.
Oh my god,
Oh
Nezuko's
my god,
dodging
what a oh my
crazy
god.
whoosh.
That's
Oh no, and
not
Alph
ideal.
gets
Oh
ripped.
no! Never mind.
Oh my god, Nezuko. Oh my god. Nezuko's just
Oh,
he's wild.
what is that? But okay, so yeah, what I wanted to say is he's gonna miss because he wants to take care of Silvio, of course, because we don't want to let him walk upstairs. He's gonna miss Francesca and Francesca reset timing especially. But of course,
He's
since
on the phone with
Roberto, you have-
Francesca right now.
Yes, that's the backup option because you don't want to wait for second cycle Francesca. So he's
Right.
gonna bring her down by calling her, which is very nice.
Wow. That was extremely close. Nezuko was just like a hair away from like as he ran back inside behind the guard as he was doing his head turn animation. He still managed to get the attack from behind animation without becoming compromised. And then he did a thrown KO on the other guard that's with Silvio. And in the middle of it, Silvio started screaming, and the guard was about to turn and look. So it was just so many chances to be seen in the middle of all that chaos. But he still got it.
Oh, absolutely. Nezuko even like I was a bit afraid because the chef saw a gun he dropped and then went to report it, but he replaced it, so that should be fine. But that looked scary. In either case, Alph is now changing up his strat, which I really like actually. I think it makes sense to me not starting suit here. And Alph started as a gardener and made both Roberto and Silvio tick, so you can set up Silvio with electrocution and then already also have Roberto Vargas' guys, which is just lovely.
And Zuko does get the electrocution kill on Silvio as the Green Plumber. Now he needs to switch back into the Roberto Vargas disguise. There's a body found there on the screen because someone came in to investigate in the observatory. I think that's where that mansion guard was found.
Yeah, probably
Oh.
was actually that. They didn't see what happened, but it might actually be the gun that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that the chef saw.
Yeah, he went to report to a guard, and maybe that guard went through the observatory to bring it to a box. That was very well possible, I think. Yeah, which puts Alph back in the lead. As I said, I really like his approach here. It's just gonna. Sadly, it didn't quite work out for him because the idea was that he gets Roberto and Silvio sick, and then Silvio goes to the bathroom and Roberto pukes on the cliff, which would have been perfect. But he went to the cliff and Roberto wasn't there. So what I think happened is Roberto went to the bathroom on the other side of the mansion, which he should be done puking now as well. So that's not optimal for Alph. Alph can still knock these people out here, but sadly it just isn't as clean as he would have liked.
And he missed Silvio too, because Silvio was in the bathroom. So I'm not sure if he's super happy about that. It may not be that big of a problem.
Yeah, it should be all right. Of course, it would have been very nice to knock him out there, but yeah, didn't work out. But it's fine. It's just a bit of a drag here. Just gonna knock all these people out. Has the chef knocked out too, so no issues with these stairs. Gonna KO Silvio very nicely and drag him. It takes all a bit more time than he wanted to probably, but it will work out.
And Nezuko doing the same, making the same moves here as last time, getting Roberto sick. That'll bring him into the bathroom. Speaking of the bathroom, Alph is setting up Silvio right now for the electrocution kill.
Very nice.
Needs to get back to his Green Plumber disguise.
Absolutely. Just looked up at the map where it is. Should be outside where the chef is. Very nice. Nezuko this time even earlier triggered the panel so that Roberto and Silvio both moved towards the observatory. And now he might even make Francesca upstairs, which is going to be a bit faster than... Oh, never mind. He's going to call on the phone anyway. So, and that even before knocking out Sylvie, which is interesting. So he's going to have to listen to this phone call while Sylvie goes upstairs. And so he's going to have to drag for quite a bit, which should be fine because he has time. But I would have imagined he would knock out Silvio and then make it up for Francesca, but this works too.
I'm not sure what Alph is trying to chain lure Roberto.
Yeah, he's going to try and get around this corner. I mean, if you really don't know, like, Roberto's not the easiest disguise to grab, and if you don't really know the way around it very well, it makes sense to, like, just get him here where you know it is safe. So he's got that disguise now. Just has to... Yeah, you can either now go up to Francesca. She should be back in her office in half a minute. So that's probably actually going to be faster if you still have the trank. Or call her down. She seems to be going upwards.
And Nezuko is getting ready to set up Silvio for his electrocution.
Very nice. Yeah, all probably takes a bit longer than the players wanted, but they are finally doing it. And now Nezuko also going to get his Silvio kill. Now it's going to be interesting because both players have Silvio down, and both players are not too far away from killing Francesca. Alph did not have a trank, so he's going to have to upwards for both guards. Actually, no, only for that one guard. The other guard, because he did it at the blackboard. The other guard doesn't even come in.
Well, he threw a propane flask
earlier
at the roof, actually.
Yeah,
so that
exactly.
I guess that takes one of the guards up through the attic, which is pretty smart. I like that.
Exactly. If you don't have a trank, that's a very smart way to solve that. But both players getting the kills pretty at the same time. Alph a little bit ahead, but Nezuko is downstairs, so his way to the exit is going to be shorter. It's actually going to be a photo finish.
I don't want to jinx anything. No caster's curse, but is Nezuko going to try and snipe it? Or no, he may have an EMP.
I hope he has an EMP. I really hope. Yeah, he does.
I really hope that was a good throw.
Go.
It was not a good throw.
Oh my god, he missed. It looked so sketchy. But
he's going to have to go for the stalactite.
And that might cost him the map, actually, because he was ahead. And now he's not anymore.
That toss looked a little high.
Yeah. That is so unfortunate. But Alph doesn't have an EMP, so he's gonna have to go there as well. Oh my god,
man.
what a roller coaster of emotions.
He's using the loud gun. Oh my god. He's still...
He got it.
He still is Roberto Vargas. He took like 4 shots.
Oh my god. He used the loud gun, and he didn't even change to the legal disguise version. He could easier escape.
Wow.
That is absolutely mental.
What a madman.
Alph gonna use the SMG, and it's gonna be out here soon. Oh man, that is gonna be a photo finish, I'm sure. Like, but thought Ned was ahead, then he missed the EMP, then he thought Alph was ahead, but then Alph didn't have an EMP, so Ned was ahead again. What a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, that was a spicy Sapienza. I think spicier than any one of us could have predicted. What
Absolutely.
a map.
Yeah,
so,
as I'm the admin, I'll quickly go and do the photo finish.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Take your time, do what you gotta do. All right, chat, what are we thinking? Who you guys think Nezuko? I apparently I don't have a great instinct for photo finishes, but it feels, from where I'm sitting, it feels like Nezuko still has an advantage. Even with all of the rips and restarts. I don't know. I think Nezuko has it. It's impossible to know, but it's not impossible to feel. From where I'm sitting, it feels like Nezuko's got that. And I'm not just saying that because I want to see map 4. It feels right. It feels like it's Nezuko. I think you're right. I think Nezuko did have more restarts, for sure, but those were pretty fast restarts. Those were like maybe 3 seconds. I don't know. I'm as anxious for the outcome as everybody else is. Nezuko-chan finished 18 seconds earlier. So that's a lot of load screens with fast load times. Alph waved? Yes, Alph is waiving the photo finish calculation, which means that the match points will go to Nezuko. I'm not sure if I would waive, but then again, Alph is a better roulette player than I am, so they probably just know. Yannini might still complete the calculation, I'm not sure. Maybe just for posterity's sake. Yeah, I guess it is close. And Yannini was proceeding with the calculations, and Alph says never mind. Well, either way, we will have our answer shortly. And one of two things will happen. The match is over, and Alph will take it with a score of 0-6. Or, well, I guess 3 outcomes are possible. It could be a tie. Or Nezuko wins. I'd love to see it go to Nezuko, not because Alph didn't play well or doesn't deserve the win, but just because I want to see another map. Selfishly.
Score 4-2.
And it does go to Nezuko, it looks like. Nice. Which means we get map for Hokkaido. Awesome. Love to see it. So we will have our update posted here. Our Nezuko-chan Alph loaded 3 times for 15 seconds and cannot catch up to Nezuko-chan.
Alright, I am back.
Welcome back. We see that Alph loaded 3 times for 15 seconds, and that not being enough to close the gap of 18 seconds that
Exactly.
Nezuko-chan had.
Yeah, which means that a very close map does go to Nezuko, and we play on. We continue the match.
Yes.
Al's still in the lead, but definitely gonna get one more map at least. Yeah, which is gonna be Hokkaido, interestingly enough. Yeah, looks to be actually so far the stats either way even or favored.
Hang on a second, I'm getting some weird audio feedback.
No worries.
Where is this coming from?
I sadly do not know.
Oh, that was my bad. Okay, never mind. We're all good now.
No worries. No worries at all. Difficult. But yeah, I just want to say, so far the stats have always like either way it's like quite even or favored Nezuko. But especially the personal bests were always faster for Nezuko. But here actually it's the opposite. Here Alph looks a lot better, and his personal best is more than a minute faster.
Yeah. Yeah, this could be the decider for sure. Hokkaido generally not a super long map. Obviously there are some kill conditions that can be more challenging than others, but it is possible to get a spin done here in as little as 2 minutes and 5 seconds, as evidenced by our current map record held by Luke.png. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. I don't have any time to make a prediction before this map starts, so we'll just forget that for now. But yeah, like you said, on paper, Alph is looking a lot better with those player statistics, but it is roulette, and Nezuko did eventually pull off a really fast, blazingly fast Sapienza, so hoping for a good, interesting spin here. And what we've got is Eric Soder's shotgun patient and no target KO on Yuki with Cleaver as resort staff. Oh, okay.
That is the case. A lot of no KOing today. But yes.
Not an interesting Eric Soder spin at all. Like any of the firearm kills on Eric Soder's are just made trivial by the morgue. So it's more of a question of how they're going to get Yuki.
Yeah. I mean, there are, of course, quite a few different kills for Sodas, but whatever it is, like, gameplay-wise, it often plays it quite similar, or route-wise, I want to say. The interesting thing is of the disguise combination here. Here there's patient, though. So, actually, both players are going to start restaurant, and going to go for that Sodas kill first, it seems.
Now, I wonder what their plan is for Yuki, because, I mean, Soder's isn't timing sensitive at all, you know, and part of me feels like you might, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't consider maybe trying to get Yuki first, just getting her 6 straight away and into a bathroom. Maybe it's just too much to get to a resort staff and Cleaver and get back in time, but, you know,
I mean,
I'm assuming my
possible.
instinct isn't the correct one, because there's a reason
Oh
these
my
guys
god.
are, you know, in the
Very
tournament here
close.
at this stage. Yeah, Alph got really
Yeah.
close there with that KO. It was almost a side KO, but he does get it. And
Nearly
there's
got
the
a full
Soder's
whoosh.
kill.
Yeah. Nearly got a full whoosh, but somehow got behind him and knocked him out. And as you said, that is the Soda's kill. Very nice. I think Yuki first is a more relaxed approach to the spin. Because now they're going to both have to, like, get Yuki done. And they are, of course, like, basically there are 2 options here. But both are going to miss the first option, which would be Yuki medic still. Both are going to miss that timing. So I think both have to gonna go for an aquarium lure at 3 minutes 20, I want to say. More or less that. When she gets out of her suite again. So they both will have time to grab that disguise and the cleaver, hopefully. Alph gonna get a security guard here to grab the cleaver more easily, I want to say.
Yeah, and I think we'll just see Nezuko just keep his bodyguard disguise on for the same reason.
Yep. That makes sense to me. Both are just gonna grab the resort staff now. And both should make this Yugi timing very easily. So it's gonna, if both succeed at it, it's gonna be very close.
I guess Nezuko will be grabbing a different resort staff.
Interestingly enough, yes, he's gonna grab this one. It's the aquarium, which also makes sense because it's kind of on the way. He wants to go here anyway. He's now gonna knock out this guard and box him. To be fair, like, it doesn't really matter because you have time here. I mean, Alph, it does still have to knock this guard out, or at least like take care of these people. Which Nezuko already did. And Yuki's now already approaching, so I mean, this could be fine. We'll see. It's also a major thing of if they get the lure off. Nezuko's actually gonna use a phone instead of a briefcase, which is maybe a bit easier. But Alph got the briefcase throw off successfully as well, which means Yuki will now follow that briefcase into this little side room here. One guard is gonna follow.
Oh,
He's gonna have to
wow.
knock him out and not knock out Yuki. Oh, that's a seeker on the guard. I'm not sure.
Oh my
that
god,
is-
and Yuki's not stopping
Yeah,
for
it's gonna-
nothing.
Yeah, no. If she carries a briefcase, she's just gonna bring that to the guard no matter what, which should be fine. Like, but I guess Alph didn't have a knockout item, which makes his life still really difficult for him, because he was looking a little bit ahead, but he's not anymore, because
Oh
his
my
guard is gonna
gosh.
hinder him.
And then meanwhile, Nezuko gets the kill and slips past.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh,
We're actually
that is
gonna
rough.
have a 5th map.
I mean, we are gonna have photo finish, but I don't think Alph has any chance here.
No.
He was definitely a little bit ahead, but it's just that is so unfortunate. He didn't have a knockout item. There's a hammer here or a wrench here that he could have grabbed. But I guess he was too scared, timing wise. Or he could have
Wow.
also subdued the guard. I think that would have been better as well, but that did not work out at all.
GG's. Really well played by both, but you could totally see how Nezuko's slightly more aggressive and kind of, I don't want to say optimized, but just, while Alph was dealt that curveball of the briefcase and the Seeker Dart not really synergizing super well, that afforded 15-20 seconds, for Nezuko to just tear past him. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And I imagine there's going to be some discussion between the players about waving, and it looks like Alph does want to wave.
Which makes sense. There's only one, there's not enough time here to catch up to that. So it makes sense, and we're gonna be tied 4-4. That really sucks for Alph, because he was looking so good, but now it's 4-4, which I would have not expected 2 maps ago for sure.
I mean, that's the joy of roulette, right? Is that it can look like a sweep, and then all of a sudden it can turn into a reverse sweep. I mean, I guess it's possible that the match could end in a photo finish tie, especially if the spin is really straightforward and both players think to do it the exact same way. We'll start a prediction here for the potentially, or it is the final
Well, it's the
map.
last map, yeah. It is in any case gonna be the final map, no matter the result.
Right.
As you said, it's absolutely correct that it's possible to get a photo finish tie here, but even then, the match is just gonna end in a tie.
Correct.
But yeah, that is how it can go. I absolutely agree with you. Seems like Nezuko's game either crashed or is restarting. I'm gonna give it another minute, even if he didn't ask for it. I think that's a bit more relaxed.
Yeah. But yeah, Dubai spins are, looking at our map record here set in the last Roulette Rivals World Championships, Scruffy completed a spin in only 1 minute and 15 seconds. So this is just the Dartmoor of the Middle East, as far as I'm concerned. It's we spend more time waiting for the spin than we usually see the players doing it, unless the conditions are especially cumbersome or time consuming.
Absolutely. You are very much right on that. Alph once again does not have a knockout item in this practice, so that is of course always rough.
You never realize how handicapped you are when you don't have a blunt melee item and you so desperately need one.
Oh yeah. That's why I'm the sort of player to pick up every item he comes across.
Mm-hmm.
It does lead to quite bloated inventories, which is a problem. Which also is not so nice, of course, if you have to search 3 seconds in your inventory every time for an item.
If you're not scrolling past 2 crowbars and 3 bricks and 4
Yeah.
emetic flowers, every single time you open your inventory, then you're doing something wrong.
Exactly. I agree though.
You never know when you're going to
Absolutely.
need that brick or that screwdriver or that emetic flower.
Yeah.
Could come
But in any
handy.
case, it could come in handy. But in any case, Nezuko even showed us himself on his stats page that this is his worst map statistically, with 3 wins and 11 losses. That's not a better PB here, but he's probably not too confident on this map.
Yeah, I feel like the fast maps just come with so much more nerves, and especially on a decider map, it's only going to be more stressful. But tell us what we have for our last spin of the match.
We have Carl Ingram injected poison as maintenance staff, and Marcus Diversant letter opener in the suit.
Hmm.
And when I just read the spin, it reads very nicely. Okay, Carl Ingram injected poison maintenance staff, very quick kill. Marcus letter opener, very quick. Oh, a suit in there. Okay, so suit stuff. But it should not be that big of a problem either, I think. Because they're not gonna. I think it would be too tight if you should just run up, grab the maintenance staff, inject Carl, also grab the letter opener, which is close by, but not that close by that you could make it back down to Marcus on time. So you're probably gonna have to play with some medics or something.
And Alph does do 2 replans. He just did one, and then he did one,
and another one.
10 seconds ago. Nezuko not having restarted yet. Looks like he's gonna try to Seeker Carl, but misses both of his darts.
Yep. I mean, it's a hard Seeker shot, to be fair, on Carl from down there. The angle also looked a little bit off to me, but so I wasn't surprised that didn't hit. But yeah, both players back to 0. It's not. I mean, it looks very Dubai spins often have this caveat where they look very easy, but the timings are so tight that you really it's really unclear what to do or how to do it very well. There we go.
Nice. And he does get the Seeker shot on Carl.
Yeah, but in the meantime, Nezuko, and both players, interestingly enough, going with a Carl Seeker here. And Nezuko with a very nice snail throw spot that only got the 2 guards on that side, and then knocked out. And I got the lady as well. Wow, okay, that's really cool. And got Marcus, so he's gonna have time now to go upstairs, grab the letter opener, and do the Carl kill, and then come back down.
I don't know if you saw it, but Alph did a SMG bullet slowdown flick shot on Marcus, I think, while he was in the security office.
That was very scary, yeah.
Maybe he's. I don't know what. Maybe he Seekered him.
I mean, Alph did Seeker him, but there was.
I'm pretty sure I saw a
scary.
flick. I saw an SMG flick shot, I think.
Yeah, it's very possible. I honestly couldn't tell you right now. But in any case, I think Nezuko is just looking better because he already has Marcus KO'd. He's kind of gonna go up and inject Carl here. It's gonna not get out the door.
Every player does that in that bathroom.
Yes.
Classic.
I mean, to be fair, both doors are right next to each other. I think that's fair.
And it's also, I feel like I've seen players run out too fast after getting the injected poison, and then they get spotted, like the extended illegal action. So that's probably just there to save people from that happening.
Probably.
He does run back and grab the letter opener. He's looking real good here.
Yep. Looking very much like a reverse sweep here. Yeah, the letter opener, his suit should be stashed at this guard right here.
And just no bad lock-ons.
Even have a bit of delay. Nezuko already finished.
Wow. GG's from Nezuko taking a reverse sweep on Alph. What a match.
Yeah. Well done by him.
Really, I mean, well done by both players. Alph had a very clean Haven, and aside from that last-minute rip on Bangkok, a really clean Bangkok. And then Nezuko just pulled it back. You know, I feel like Nezuko must have just been warming up on those first 2 maps because that aggressive, he kind of found his stride with that aggressive and optimized play style. You know, still had a number of restarts, but you know, on the back half of things. But those faster strats just synergize well with some bad luck on Alph's part, and led to taking the W here. Really great match.
For sure. But it did feel right in that, like, I also think this match felt like it had 2 halves. That first half, like, you know, we were really Alph dominated with his consistent first tries, and then Sapienza we had where it was so incredibly close. with the different approaches, but then in the end, Nezuko slightly won, and then after that, it just felt like, I mean, Hokkaido was also very, very close, to be fair. Like, Alph just kind of, I mean, he wasn't even a bit ahead, just blundered it sadly a little bit with not having a knockout item or subduing the guard. And yeah, and then it was basically over already. But very interesting match for sure. Very, very nice. Well done by the players.
Yes, well done to both. Hard fought match and a well deserved win by Nezuko, who remains in the top position of the brackets, which we will have you submitted the updated standings?
Yes,
Awesome.
it's updated.
Okay, so let me just do one more quick refresh there. We've got Nezuko currently in rank 3 with 4 points, a differential of 2.8, and a buccal score of 2.4. And Alph is there in position 10 with 3 points, a differential of 2, and a buccal score also of 2.4. So very well matched against Yannini very well matched against Nezuko in terms of skill level and personal stats, and that definitely played out in that match there, seeing how well tuned they were. It definitely felt like we were watching two well matched competitors.
Oh, absolutely. And as for the implications, as I said, both players before this match were on 3 wins and 1 loss. Now Nezuko's on 4 wins, which guarantees him a spot in the KO stage. So Nezuko will advance to the KO stage with his 4 wins.
Nice.
Alph is not quite there yet, but still has all the chances. Since there is the last round 6. If he wins that match, then he will also advance. But if he loses, he's out. So Alph in that, there will be a pretty big group of 3-point players that all play against each other for basically elimination. That's gonna be exciting.
Yes, it's gonna be a very dramatic knockout stage when we get to it, because everyone who gets to that point deserves to be there, but people will start being eliminated almost immediately. So the tournaments only get better the longer they go on.
Yeah.
And we're soon approaching that stage of the tournament. So as far as our upcoming matches that we've got one in about 3 hours that will be cast over on Currymaker's channel with Afro co-casting. That's Glabalk versus Crazy for Daisy. And then we have 2 matches on Saturday that's earlier on Saturday. Fly for You versus Alex, Big Machete versus Pac, and then we've got more matches on Sunday as well. So yeah, definitely going to be an interesting weekend for Roulette Rival 17.
Very much so. We just got started with round 5. There was the first match, and we have a lot of more matches. I mean, not even all matches are scheduled yet. I'm assuming there will be more added here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on the weekend.
Yes.
That's most often the prime time for players. But yeah, the round 5 will run until Tuesday. So I think we have 22 matches. No, 23. Yeah, 23 matches in total. So 22 left, which will be played over the next 5 days.
Plenty more Roulette Rivals to come. Thank you for joining me and for adminning the match, Yannini. It's always a pleasure, and really good match to watch. Good day for Roulette enjoyers.
Yeah, same to you. Thanks for having me on.
It's always a pleasure. And thank you, chat, for watching. Take care of yourselves in the meantime, and we will see you at the next one. Bye for now.